All this time, I never noticed there was a church right across the street from the Shuttle Bay entrance.
A mighty fine one at that. Mighty fine. All those youngsters are doing those carols proud this Christmas season.
Indeed they are. It is a heart good to see so many in church, instead of out on the street getting into mischief.
It's only the adults out on the street getting into mischief this night.
You would point that out, Captain.
We's not getting into mischief. I's not even certain what we's doing out here anyways.
We're waiting.
But for what? Are you sure he'll even come here?
Would I be standing out here in the freezing cold if I wasn't certain? Unlike some of us, I don't have a built-in fur coat, Mr. Bear.
For goodness sake, you two. It's Christmas. Can we just have a little civility, please?
I think a little is all you's ever gonna get, Jack.
Even a little would be an improvement with the two of you.
We're not so bad.
Please, my wife and I don't harp on each other half as much as you do. What's more, I think you two secretly enjoy it.
What? If you think for one moment that I enjoy constantly arguing with the captain here, then you's seriously been under the mistletoe too long. All I ever want is peace and quiet, but as soon as a certain Captain Orville MT enters any room, World War III replays on perpetual loop.
Better than putting people to sleep by boring them to death with preachy speeches and movies that were outdated when they were new.
Fellas.
What?
What?
It's Christmas.
He's right. It's Christmas. Let's bury the hatchet in the snow, not in each other, for now.
All's right.
So, Mr. Captain Orville MT, while we wait out here freezing our toenails off, what makes you so certain this clone of yours, this Cloville, for lack of a better name, will come here to the station's entrance?
I'm curious to know that myself, Captain.
He has my genes.
Yeah, so?
That means he has my memories. Genetic memory is a key trait of my species.
That means he knows everything you know.
Precisely.
Great, just great.
He also needs to complete himself. His genetic substructure was never finished. My best guess is he was left with random sequency placeholding until Kathy would extract what she needed from me. Then she would put the finished genetic markers into him. That would have finished his genetic structure, making him a finished product, finished in whatever fashion she was going for.
So if he wants to complete himself, he has to come for you. Since he has your memories, he knows you're here.
But Captain, this, Chlorville, or whatever, he won't know how to inject himself with whatever it is you have, while
He'll find a way, Jack.
How do you know that? How can you be so sure?
Because I would.
2 Orvilles, one genetically modified. I can't even imagine it.
I don't think you'll have to.
Why not?
My young clone does not have the finesse Kathy possessed. He would have to kill me to extract the genetic sequencing he needs to complete himself. There can only be one of us. Either he gets what he needs from me and lives, or he fails and dies when his random sequencing collapses. Only one of us can survive our encounter.
Then why not bail? He doesn't find you. You win automatically.
He knows everything I know. He'd find me. The best thing to do is to make my stand where I'm strongest. Right here.
The captain has a point, Bunsen. If he's going to make a stand, it's best to do it right where he is.
Besides, we have to protect the main computer on the station.
Why is that, Captain?
A hunch, Jack. A hunch. This clone doesn't know what he needs to know. Our main computer is the most advanced computer system on the planet. Or off it. He knows this. He's going to go after it, because he will know that it can show him how to do what he needs to do to live.
So 1, we have to protect Orville. 2, protect the main computer.
Thank you for putting me first. It was unexpected.
We've put a lot of time and effort into you, Orville. I just don't want to see it go to waste.
I like you too, Bunsen.
It's surreal that such life and death matters are happening while such beautiful voices echo from across the street.
Hard to believe it's Christmas again. Remember last Christmas, Orville?
I'd rather not.
It wasn't all bad. You met Lee. That was pretty nice. At least something good came out of all that. It's when you learned an important lesson about being a Christian too.
What lesson, Bunsen?
Well, up until that point, Orville was pretty self-centered and egotistical. Sometimes just downright rude. But when he met Lee and her husband Omar, something happened that night. Seeing those two living underneath Waterford's water tower, well, the Grinch's heart grew several sizes, and Orville kind of took Lee under his wing. Seeing her living like that, losing her husband and all, that made Orville realize that all anyone really has in this world is what they are born into it with.
I don't think I follow you, Bunsen. We're not born into the world with anything.
That's just my point, Jack. All we have is ourselves to give. Orville learned that all he could give Glee that night is whatever he had in him. That's all he had that night, and it turned out it was enough. Because sometimes what we do for others, the time we spend with them, the kindness we show to them, the words we say, is these things that mean more than anything we could ever buy, any present.
I think I know what you're saying, Bunsen. We do a lot of work in homeless shelters and orphanages. Sometimes those people, the kids especially, they just enjoy having someone around who takes an interest in them. What meager tokens we hand out pales in comparison to having someone around who cares to be in their lives.
You got it, Jack. Here, while we wait, I've got my laptop down here. It's an old Christmas show I dug out of the archives. It's not in too good a shape, and it will look kinda funny 'cause it's on my small screen. But we've got nothing else to do while we wait. So what say, Captain? Wanna watch a Christmas special? Or not. Come on, Jack. You and I can watch while the captain keeps a lookout. You don't mind us sitting a spell, do you, Orville?
Fine, fine. Do as you please.
You heard the man. Computer, cue 4-Star Playhouse, the gift, and begin play.
How's the coffee, dear? The coffee.
Oh, excellent. As usual.
Carl,
Yes?
the Barnums have invited us over this evening.
What for?
Oh, you know, a little Christmas Eve celebration.
Oh. You declined, of course.
Well, I said I'd speak to you.
Well, then tell them no, not tonight.
Oh, Carl, couldn't we go? It might be fun.
Oh, it's Christmas Eve, Minna. They'll want to be alone with their family. They won't want a lot of outsiders barging in.
Oh, darling, we're hardly outsiders. Well, we've known them 20 years. And they invited us.
Well, why don't you go if you'd like to?
Alone?
Yes, I wouldn't mind, really. Why don't you?
No, if you can't go, I won't go either. But I had hoped. You know, we haven't done anything about Christmas in 4 years. Not since Michael. I thought this year we might generate a little spirit.
Christmas spirit. As synthetic as the snow they put on trees.
Oh, Carl, you're wrong.
People rushing about, loving all humanity for 24 hours, and it's over. But we'll have a nice evening, you and I.
Really, darling? What do you have in mind?
Oh, I don't know. Cozy evening by the fire, maybe. There's that new book you've been trying to get to. I have some stock market reports to check. Well, I better be going. Oh, by the way, you didn't do anything foolish this year, I hope.
Foolish? Oh, you mean buy you a Christmas present? No, I didn't do anything foolish.
Good. What could you give me that I really need? I have everything. I have you.
Yes, you have me. Question is, do I have you?
Now, why do you say that? You've been awfully strange these last days.
I don't know. I don't know why I say that.
Look, darling, why don't you order yourself something nice for Christmas? I mean it, why don't you? Piece of jewelry, some furs.
Oh, thank you, Carl. You're very generous.
Generous? Nonsense. I want you to have everything you want. You know that.
I can remember other Christmases in this house. The gaiety, the planning, the excitement, the presents we hid, the tree that almost filled this room.
Now, Mina, please, let's not discuss it.
No, we don't discuss it. But do we forget? Do you, Carl?
The past is the past. We live in the present.
Maybe. Part of us. But I can still see him coming downstairs on Christmas morning in his little pajamas for his first glimpse of the tree. But no matter how early he got there, you were always there ahead of him.
It was a long time ago. It's over. Done with.
Carl, you must stop feeling this way about him. Michael is my son, too. Oh, don't you realize what you're doing to us?
Michael is gone, Mina. Gone.
You sound as though he were dead.
As far as I'm concerned, he is. Did you try the other side?
I did. I want to give them
Here he comes. Good morning, Mr. Baxter. Good morning.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Baxter.
Don't ever wish him a Merry Christmas.
Why not?
He used to be a human being about it, but for the last few years,
Oh, I don't understand. What happened to him?
I don't know, but it's getting so I hate to see the month of December roll around.
Mr. Kramer has requested a copy of his holdings.
All right, send it to him.
And Mr. Billings called to cancel his appointment for today.
Cancel? Why?
Oh, he said he'd forgotten today was Christmas Eve.
Oh.
Felt you'd understand. Shall I make another appointment for next week?
No, don't bother. Here, make 3 copies of this immediately.
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas, Miss Green.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Landis.
Merry Christmas, Mrs. Mitchell.
Merry Christmas.
Mr. Baxter in?
Just came in.
9 o'clock on the nose. You know, if he ever came in at 9:05, the world had come to an end. Morning, Carl.
Well, good morning, George.
Oh, your watch is all right. I thought I'd just shake the world of finance to its foundation by getting in ahead of you just once.
Well, oh, of course. Today is the Martin stock transfer.
No, today's the day before Christmas, and I want to clean up my desk and get out early. You know, I must be getting old. I tell you, I'm worn out, and it isn't even Christmas yet. That grandson of mine is running me ragged. You ought to see him. He walks now. We can't put any ornaments down low on the tree.
Really?
I thought I had everything done, and this morning, Mary handed me a list as long as your arm. Then last night, the Christmas tree lights went out. Good thing I checked them.
What did you have in mind, George? I have a lot of work this morning.
Oh, sign these, will you?
What are they?
Christmas bonus checks.
$600 from Mrs. Mitchell.
6 weeks' salary.
We never gave 6 weeks' salary before.
We've had a good year.
$600?
Well, all right. You don't have to sign it if you don't want to. I just thought the employees might feel better if they saw both our names on the checks.
I'll sign it. But it's extortion. Just because it is Christmas, it develops that there are 58 weeks in the year. If you don't pay, they gossip over their sandwiches at noon. And pretty soon, Every firm in the street is saying that Baxter and Lennox are not doing too well. They didn't pay their annual blackmail. Secretaries, janitors.
You started this bonus system, remember? Back in '34 when we weren't even drawing salaries ourselves?
That was different. Those were hard times.
Look, Carl, why don't you and Minna come over to our place tonight? It'll be a madhouse with the kid, but might make you feel better.
What do you mean, feel better? There's nothing wrong with me. I just resent all this foolishness about Christmas.
Who are you trying to kid? This is old George. I know you. You were worse about Christmas than I am. You were downright sloppy about that kid of yours.
Now, look, George, I don't tell you how to spend Christmas, do I? Then don't tell me, David Johnson. Now, who is David Johnson?
The elevator boy.
Oh, you... Well, I just signed a check for the elevator boy.
This is the new boy.
But this boy hasn't been in the building 2 weeks. Do we have to pay him a bonus, too?
Now, you know we have to. Everybody in the building will give him something.
And if we don't, I suppose you'll refuse to bring us up and take us down.
Oh, for Pete's sake, it's $25. I'll give him my personal check.
Now, look, George, I'm a partner in this firm. If the new elevator boy gets a Christmas bonus, it will be from both of us. I'll sign it.
Yeah, you'll sign it. In resentment and anger. That's a fine Christmas spirit.
I said I'll sign it.
Why don't you stop torturing yourself, Carl? So you had a son, and he didn't work out the way you planned it. But he's still your son.
My son is gone.
You talk as if he were dead. He's only going to be away a couple of years. You ought to be proud of him. He's a first-class geologist.
Is that all you wanted, George? For me to sign these checks?
Yeah, sure. All right. Eat yourself up inside if that's the way you want it. But you can't cut Christmas out of the calendar just because it reminds you of things you want to forget.
You like it?
God bless you. Merry Christmas. For the Christmas fun.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and God bless you. Please, sir.
What is it?
The Christmas fund. Anything you care to give.
How did you get in here?
Why, I knocked twice.
Christmas donations are taken care of through the proper channels.
But, sir,
Now, please be good enough to leave my office.
Look, wonderful.
I'm glad you like
I
it.
have something for you in my desk.
Oh, you didn't need to do that?
Yes, I'll give it to you in just a minute.
All right.
Look.
I'm so glad.
Mrs. Mitchell,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
how did that woman get in here?
Oh, I didn't know she was in here. I'm sorry.
Well, perhaps if you'd been at your desk, you would have known it.
Well, I just stepped away for a minute, Mr. Baxter.
All right, I'd like to dictate.
Oh, well, I'll get my book.
Harry, will you?
Today of all days.
What's the matter now?
Wants to dictate.
Oh, great.
All right. National Bank, Trust Department, New York City. We sent a check to that Christmas fund, didn't we?
Oh, yes, sir. $500.
Yes, I thought so. Attention, Mr. William Collins. Dear Mr. Collins, in reply to your letter of the 20th, however, while the market cannot be considered too reliable at this moment, the investment can hardly be considered a risk. I would recommend a short-term purchase of the preferred stock. Is that a new watch, Mrs. Mitchell?
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought perhaps it was the way you were admiring it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Baxter. I just thought we might finish early today.
Why? You have something important to do?
No, I mean,
What was that last paragraph?
I would recommend a short-term purchase of the preferred
Oh,
stock.
yes. Of course, this is merely a suggestion. If you feel you would rather consider...
Mr. Baxter,
Yes?
if you don't mind, I'd like to leave now. It's very important.
More important than your job?
No, it isn't that. It's just that today
The hours are 9 to 5.
You mean that if I leave now, I'm fired?
Well, if this is too long a day for you, you may...
Mr. Baxter, I don't understand what kind of a man you are. All year long, you're so kind and considerate, but at Christmas time, well, I know it's a difficult time for you, but I have my problems, too, and it just isn't worth it. I don't think I want to work for you anymore. I don't think I care if I never work for you again.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
What have you been doing? Chasing her around the desk?
Very amusing.
Why was she upset, Carl?
Wanted to get off early.
And you said she couldn't.
Well, if I let one of them off, they'll all want to get off.
I don't suppose she told you why she wants to get off early.
Oh, last-minute shopping, no doubt. Probably wants to spend that bonus you were so lavish with.
I imagine she did, but not on shopping.
Oh?
She's going to spend it on a plane ticket.
Plane ticket?
Yeah. The whole office knew about it, but of course she wouldn't tell you. She's going to meet her husband. She hasn't seen him in 2 years. He's coming back from the Pacific. Merry Christmas, Carl.
Thank you, and God bless you. Please, sir, anything you can...
No, wait.
How was your day today, dear?
It was all right.
Seemed much colder today than yesterday.
Yes. Yes, it is. Clara, answer it.
Claire isn't here.
Why?
Well, I told her after she finished serving dinner she could go to her sister's for Christmas. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And a Merry Christmas. Darling. Darling, they're from Michael. Look, this one is for you. This year he sent you a present. Oh, don't you see? He wants to make it up.
You should save his money.
Oh, darling, let's open it. Come on.
You open it.
Well, don't you want to see what he sent?
What would that be? Neckties? Native art? I have no use for either.
Oh, Carl, aren't you ashamed of yourself?
Why should I be ashamed?
Your son, halfway around the world, thinking of you, loving you, begging you to understand him.
Love.
He never had your sense for business. He tried to follow in your footsteps. You know he tried.
Yes, he tried. Very hard.
And he never wanted to hurt you. He'd have given up his career as a geologist and gone into business with you if I had let him.
I know. You helped him to go to Arabia.
But, darling, he's a man now. He must do the work that he's happy in. Oh, I know what he meant to you. Don't you suppose he meant the same to me?
He's gone.
Oh, darling, I know how you feel. I know how it hurt. You were so proud that Christmas Eve when you offered him a partnership in your business as a gift. But, darling, he couldn't take it. He'd have been miserable in an office.
All the years we invest in them. The time, the heartaches, the love. And what are the returns? Oh, yes, 2 packages for Christmas.
But, darling, you can't invest in children. They're not like stocks and bonds.
They are so full, those first years. Dances, report cards, summer camps and birthday parties.
Christmas.
Yes. And Christmas. You think you've got everything because you have a son. You're fooling yourself. One day he's grown up, and he's gone. And you're all alone. You have nothing. Nothing. Well, I've got to go now.
Where are you going?
To the club.
Will you be gone long?
Hmm? No. No, I don't think so.
Carl. What's the matter, darling? Are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I'm all right. Thank you.
I didn't expect to find anybody at the club tonight. Boy, isn't this just a perfect evening, though? Just crisp enough. Think we'll get some snow by morning?
I have no idea.
Nothing like snow on Christmas morning. You know, my wife says I'm just bad as a kid. I don't think we ever get over Christmas, though, do you? I came down to get my son's Christmas present. Jenkins said I could keep it here in the storeroom. Even my wife doesn't know I bought it. You know, big secret stuff.
That's nice.
I better get it. I got a lot to do tonight.
Excuse me, Mr. Baxter. Can I get you anything? Another brandy?
No, thank you. If I want you, I'll ring.
Well, that's the point, sir. I'm all alone at the bar. The stewards have all gone home. You know, Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah. That's all right.
Thank you.
What do you think of it?
Very nice.
Is he going to be surprised? I remember when I got my first bike. It was a big day in my life.
How old is your boy?
Oh, he's quite a boy. He's going to be 2 in May.
2?
Oh, I suppose I am rushing things a little, but you know how kids grow.
Yes. Yes, I know. But don't rush things too fast, Mr. Adam.
Oh, I won't, sir. Oh, good night, sir.
Good night.
Please, sir. Please, sir. Please, sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. Baxter.
Another brandy, please. Thank you.
He didn't know it was a private club, and he walked in and, well, since it was Christmas Eve, I hope it was all right, sir.
Oh, yes, yes, of course.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, how do you like it?
Oh, fine. Puts me in mind of a drink we have back home.
Where you from?
Virginia.
Long way from home.
Didn't seem so far. Till tonight. Sure wish I could be back home with the folks for Christmas. But I've only been on this job 3 weeks. And after a long time, couldn't turn it down. You know what I mean?
Do I?
Oh, but I'd like to be there tomorrow morning. You know what we got my mother, my father and I?
No. No, I don't.
An automatic dishwasher. She's a real kick with presents. Any little old thing at all, and she makes a big to-do. Imagine how she'll be with that dishwasher.
Good night, Mr. Baxter. Merry Christmas.
Good night.
Is there something I could do for you, sir?
Yes, thank you. It's for my wife. I'd like to pick up a little gift for her.
Yes, sir. Did you have anything special in mind?
Well, I saw a little fur scarf in the window.
Oh, the mink stole. Would you step this way, sir? This is almost a duplicate of the one in the window. It's a lovely stole, silver mink, fully let out. It has a beautiful lining. Does your heart good, doesn't it, to see someone like that? Lady Bountiful. That's what we call her.
What about this here?
Well, they are very nice, but I think the stole is more attractive. Every year she comes in just before we close on Christmas Eve.
Every year?
Well, ever since I've been here, this is my 3rd year. She has the orphanage bring the children in to talk to Santa Claus. He takes down their names and what they want. She pays the bill, and the store delivers the presents on Christmas morning.
Nina.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Oh. She is lovely, isn't she?
Yes, lovely.
I feel so sorry for her.
Sorry? Why?
Well, to be all alone like that. I've always thought it would be awful to be a widow.
She told you she was a widow?
Oh, no, sir. I've never talked with her. But there's a loneliness about a widow that you just can't mistake. When you've served the public as long as I have, you get to know people. Sir, about the stove.
Open up! Open up!
Carl, is that you?
Yes.
What happened? Did you forget your key? In just a minute, I'll let you in.
Well, come on. Give me a hand. Where shall I put it? Over there? Oh, so small. Just as well put it here. Oh, I had a terrible time. You know, the stores close up much earlier than they used to. I got lights and tinsel and snow, but I couldn't get a star for the top. Oh, by the way, where are those silly little packages from Michael? Just as well put them under the tree.
Well, I'll go and get them.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Here is something I picked up for you. Merry Christmas, darling.
Merry Christmas.
Well, if we want to be through by midnight, we'd better start dressing the tree. Let's see.
It's a shame that we have to be told to be more giving, isn't it? You'd think it would be instinctual, but so many of us don't even know how to be more giving at Christmas time.
Yeah, going into a store, picking out a gift, sending it through the mail to someone you ain't had any contact with since you's done the same bit last year. That's not the spirit of Christmas. That's obligation. More like habit. Someone means something to you, yous don't gotta buy nothing. All yous gotta do is pick up the phone and say hi. I miss you. Those words alone mean more to someone than any trinket the postman will deliver. But so many lose sight of that fact. We's just gone and done lost our way.
What's the answer, Benson?
We have the answer. We've had it for centuries. 21 of them. Glee, Bunsen, myself, and Harold. We're starting to get to work on it when...
Yeah, when all this started to happen.
What? What were you starting to work on? I never did find that out. What is it you all are hoping to do on that space station of yours?
Survey.
Why not? Now's as good a time as any. Glee said it was okay with her.
With yous as well.
with me 2.
Me 3.
Again, you've lost me.
Far from it, Jack. If anything, you're furthest from being lost, which is why we want you with us.
We want you to take Harold's place.
Doing what?
Missionary work.
Of a sort. In our own way, we go out, use our time to tell people about what we know about Christ. Show people what it means to walk with Him in our hearts. We don't have a lot of time to go into it right now, but we'd like you to think about joining us on a full-time basis to help us in this work. Help us reach people in the name of Jesus.
I don't know what to say. It's so... Why me?
Because we can trust you. Because we know you're a Christian with a good heart.
Thank you, Bunsen. That means a lot to me. And you all of you feel this way.
You bet we do.
That's just...
No need to say anything, Jack. I's got something for yous to see. Yous know how the world is, especially this time of year. So caught up in the Christmas season that a lot of the time they can't even remember that it's a birthday first. They get so gulped and overwhelmed with the holiday that they don't remember Jesus as a part of it. That's basically what we do, is we're here to remind them when they forget, to speak up when others are afraid, to butt in when people are too busy, because you know if just one Christian gets derelict in their duty and shows a poor example of what it is to be a Christian, people are going to hate Christians because of the example that one person set. So that's what I want you to keep in mind when you watch this seasonal short.
Come on, kids, let's step on it.
What do you think we're doing, Mitch? Sleeping?
How are you coming, Sue?
I'm getting frantic. I had no idea when I volunteered as co-chairman there'd be this much work.
Yeah, we sure bit off a hunk. Oh, well, cheer up. Christmas only comes once a year.
Yeah, well, I just hope I can last through this one. I haven't even started my shopping yet.
Relax. You've still got a whole week. That's hardly enough time the way this nativity scene's going.
Oh, kids, let's take a break.
Oh, I'm all right. I'd rather keep on working. You know, when this nativity scene's finished, I think we'll be awfully glad we had a hand in it.
Me too, Nan. Well, there in front of the church, we're all going to feel it was time well spent. Well, all I can say is I'm pretty well spent already. And I haven't even been skating yet.
Hey, if we got finished by tomorrow, maybe we could have a skating party down at the lake.
Oh,
yeah, that'd be a great idea. Here, Andy, let's see how you look as a shepherd.
Sue, did you see this card from your Aunt Margaret?
No, I've been too busy to look at any of them yet, Mom.
Honey, relax. Christmas is supposed to be a happy time.
I'm happy.
You're just about the most frantic, happy person I've seen in quite some time.
Because I've got a zillion things to do yet. You've no idea how much time that nativity scene is taking.
No, but I do have a pretty good idea of how grateful the church will be to all of you for your effort.
I know I ought to feel different about it, but honestly, Mom, the way it's eating into my vacation, I almost wish I hadn't gotten mixed up in it at all.
Sue, what does it say on this card? May the joys of Christmas be yours. Maybe you should send one of these to yourself.
Hey, how does this look?
Hey, that's fine.
Great.
Well, what do you want me to do now, Mitch?
How about the floodlights here?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what about the star?
Well, let's get the front lights up first, then we'll figure out the rest later.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea.
Nan, would you give me a hand with this robe, please?
Sure.
That's not a bad idea. Cover them with the hay.
Yeah.
What you doing? We're making a nativity scene.
A what?
Well, it's a manger, like the stable where Jesus was born.
What you putting it out here for?
So everybody can see it.
Why?
Because it's Christmas.
What you putting a doll in there for?
That's because the baby Jesus was born in a manger like this.
Who's that?
That's Mary, the mother of baby Jesus.
Look, kids, come back when we're all finished and we'll tell you all about it, but right now we're awful busy.
We're not that busy, Mitch.
Hey, don't you kids go to Sunday school?
Then why don't you come next Sunday? But right now...
Can I touch the dress?
Please, honey, we're so busy. Oh, come on, of course you can feel the dress. But, Nan, if we...
Oh, come on, let's go.
What's the matter with you two?
I'm sorry, Andy, but they'd have stuck around all afternoon.
So what? Isn't that why we're building this, so people will stop and pay some attention?
We were sure lucky finding a tree like this.
Yeah, it's gonna look swell.
Mitch,
Hmm?
those kids yesterday, I keep thinking about them.
Forget it. Look, we had to get that job finished, didn't we?
Yeah, with all the things our youth group is planning, like the Christmas packages and going out singing carols, we were lucky we could find time to trim our own trees.
You're so right.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
We have Mitch to thank. He picked it out.
Well, we certainly appreciate it. Mitch, I stopped by the church a little while ago. The nativity scene looks wonderful.
Thanks, Mrs. Ferguson.
It's even better with the lights on.
Yes, I'm anxious to see it at night. Your father and I plan to stop by this evening on our way home from shopping.
I thought you were all finished.
No, not quite. Your father still has a few things to get. Oh, I dread facing those crowds again.
My mother says this year's the worst she's ever seen.
I know what you mean. The way some people push and shove to get up to the counters, well, they remind me of animals.
I sometimes wonder if they haven't forgotten the real meaning of Christmas. Hello? Yes, she's right here. It's the church secretary.
Hi, Mrs. Andrews. What? Oh. Well, Mitch is here. We'll be right over. Yeah, thanks.
What's the matter?
Somebody's been throwing snowballs at our nativity scene.
Oh, no.
Did they catch him?
No, they got away. She says everything's a mess.
Oh, brother, that's all we need.
After all the work we've done.
Well, come on, let's go take a look.
Oh, Mitch, just look at it. They've even taken Mary's costume.
Boy, would I like to get my hands on whoever did this.
Why don't we call the police?
Well, let's wait till Andy gets here. Maybe he'll know what to do.
It's sacrilegious.
Brother. Who would have done a thing like this? Well, I think I've got a clue. I was talking to the mailman a few minutes ago, and he said he saw a couple of little kids, a boy and a girl, running like crazy. And the girl was dragging a blue dress. Those kids who were here yesterday. Maybe.
Does the mailman know who they are?
I said their name's Tucker. They live over on Maple Street.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Hold it a minute. Let's think about this.
What's to think about?
Well, you two are co-chairman of the Nativity Committee, and I'm president of our youth group. In a way, we're representing our church officially, so we've got to be careful what we do.
I don't see what that's got to do with those kids.
Look, anything we do to them, we should do in a spirit of Christmas, and everything that Christmas means.
That'll be hard to do, seeing as how we'll have to spend the rest of the day cleaning up this mess.
Yeah, maybe we should make them clean it up.
Hey, that's an idea. Come on, let's go.
Let's be absolutely sure before we accuse those kids. Of course, if they're the ones, it sure explains a lot. I don't think they knew what they were damaging.
That's still no excuse.
Maybe not. But don't you think this is a good chance for us to help them understand what it's all about?
Well, I guess we could try.
Okay, I'll string along if you think it'll do any good.
Let's go.
Yes?
Do some children named Tucker live here?
Why? What's wrong?
We're from the church. We'd like to talk to them.
What about?
May we come in?
Haven't I seen you at Franklin High?
You might have. I used to go there.
I'm Sue Ferguson.
Hi. My name's Fay.
I'm Mitch Hamlin.
And I'm Andy Cartwright.
Place is kind of messy, but won't you sit down? My mother works, and I'm stuck with taking care of the kids and everything.
Fay, your little brother and sister, are they here?
Why?
Well, somebody wrecked our nativity scene outside our church, and some kids were seen running away.
And one of the costumes is gone.
Freddie and Jane wouldn't do anything like that.
But they were seen carrying the dress.
At least it looked like our costume.
But they wouldn't steal.
Well, maybe if we could talk with them, we could clear it up.
What's to clear up? I'm telling you, they wouldn't do anything like that.
Then you shouldn't mind if we talk to them.
Okay. Suit yourselves. Freddie, Jane, come here.
What do you want? What is it?
These people say you got into some mischief up at the church and stole a costume.
We didn't either.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure.
Now look, kid, somebody saw you with that costume.
Take it easy. They said they didn't do it.
Maybe if you could look around for the costume.
I don't have to look around. I know what's here and what isn't.
Now, Freddie and Jane, we're sorry about what happened yesterday when you left before we could answer your questions.
That's right.
Yeah, we were kind of busy.
We're not here to make trouble, but if you did take that costume, we do need it back.
Like we told you, the figure wearing the dress represents Mary, the mother of Jesus. Now, you wouldn't want to take anything like that, would you?
Look, lay off them, will you? Even if Mom can't be with them all the time, she has taught them not to lie. Is this it?
Yes.
Why did you do it?
We were gonna give it to Mommy for Christmas.
That's no excuse for stealing.
It was just on an old dummy, and Mommy needs a new dress.
You kids go in the bedroom. I'll take care of you later.
Faye, maybe if we could talk with them.
We don't want to talk to you.
No, Freddie.
And I'm glad I threw the snowballs.
I'm sorry. They've never done anything like this before.
I'm afraid a lot of it's my fault.
Mine, too. Freddie and Jane were asking us a lot of questions yesterday while we were setting up our nativity scene, and, well, we told them to come back later.
So they did, with snowballs.
I hope they didn't smash things up too bad. Can it be fixed?
Oh, with a little elbow grease. But we're more interested in trying to fix up how your brother and sister feel toward us and Christmas.
Don't worry. I'll make sure they don't bother you again.
Well, what really bothers us is that they don't seem to know what Christmas is all about. We'd like to help fill them in.
Yeah, I guess they don't know much about stuff like that.
Faye, we'd like very much to have you and the children be our guests at the Christmas program at the church.
Thanks, but I don't think we could make it.
But I'm sure you'd enjoy it, and I know Freddie and Jane would.
Look, I just haven't got time for stuff like that. And besides, I'm not interested.
I'm sorry you're not, Faye. Christmas should be a very wonderful time for everybody.
You kidding? What's wonderful about living in a dump like this, with my mother working till she's ready to drop, and little Jane having to steal to get her mother a present? Who cares about Christmas?
God cares. He cares so much, he gave us a very wonderful gift. His son, Jesus Christ. That's why we celebrate Christmas.
Maybe so, but that's not for us.
But it is. That's why we'd like you to come to our church.
Thanks just the same. I haven't got time for that. I've got too much to do around here. And don't worry about Freddie and Jane. I'll see to it they don't bother you again.
Would you have any objection if they came back with us now and helped us clean up the nativity scene?
If you want them to, but I don't know how much help they'd be.
We'll take a chance on that. Now, while you children help us clean things up, we're going to tell you about what happened on that first Christmas and anything else you want to know. Well, let's get started.
You think it'll work?
Oh, I hope so. Those poor little kids.
Freddie, you can come over here and just start brushing the snow off. Jane, you can work on this little lamp here if you want to. All right.
So when Mary and Joseph reached Bethlehem, they had to stay in a stable, like this.
Why?
Well, because there were so many people there was no other place for them to stay.
And that's where those shepherds found the little Lord Jesus on that first Christmas night.
How'd they know where to find him?
Well, while the shepherds were out in the field taking care of their sheep, an angel told them about Jesus being born. And the angel told the shepherds that they'd find the baby Jesus in a manger. That was a place like this, where food was put for the animals that stayed in the stable.
Was the baby in there, like that?
Yes, the baby's bed was probably made of soft hay.
What's that star up there for?
Well, that's to remind us of the star that told some wise men from another country where to find the baby Jesus.
How could it do that?
Well, this star was so bright and so unusual that the wise men just knew it would lead them to the place where Jesus was born. So they took some very nice gifts and followed the star. And after a long journey, they found the baby Jesus, who they thought was a new king, the one God had promised would be the Savior.
What's Savior mean?
Well, Savior is another name for Jesus. You see, the reason God sent Jesus into the world was so Jesus could tell us how much God loves us and how God will forgive us for the things we do wrong if we're sorry. And if we believe in Jesus and love him, he will save us from our sins. That's why we call Jesus our Savior.
And that's why we give Christmas presents. Because on the first Christmas, God gave us a wonderful gift of love. His son, Jesus.
And that's why we built this, to help remind people about what Christmas really means.
Well, Freddie, Janie, that's the Christmas story.
Can we go now?
Well, do you have any other questions about all this?
Can we go?
Yeah, sure, you can go.
Thanks for helping us, Freddie and Jane. And we hope you'll come to our Sunday school and learn more about Jesus.
I'm afraid we didn't make much of an impression.
Well, we started with 2 strikes against us.
Just the same, I think they'll leave this alone now.
Hello? Oh, hi, Mitch. Oh, is it that late? I'm still wrapping packages. Yeah, all right, I'll be ready, but I don't know when I'm going to find time to do all the things I have to do. Yeah, I suppose so, but I'm sure not in any mood to go around singing carols tonight. All right, I'll see you in half an hour. Bye now.
How are you doing, dear?
Just terribly. You know, all that time lost redoing the nativity scene those kids wrecked this afternoon.
Well, how do you know it was time lost?
I don't know. I suppose at least it kept them from coming back to wreck it again. But it sure wrecked my timetable. At the rate I'm going, I'm still going to be wrapping packages and mailing Christmas cards on Christmas Eve.
Oh, Sue, for goodness sakes, you're spoiling your whole Christmas.
I can't help it, Mom.
Sue, do you remember what I said a few days ago about people forgetting the real meaning of Christmas?
Yes, of course I remember.
Why don't you enjoy it the way it was intended?
Mom, you just don't understand. I've got 1,000,001 things to do. I have certain obligations to my friends. They expect certain things of me.
Sue, don't you think the Lord does too?
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the sky. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King.
Hey, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, let's try another one.
We might as well Sue and Mitch show up.
Okay, what'll it be?
I have an idea. How about A Little Town of Bethlehem?
Great. Hey, where you guys been?
Yeah, all the other kids have already gone. Well, I had a few things to finish up before I could get away.
Well, let's get started.
All right.
Sue, take a look.
Yeah, well, maybe he's only looking.
Yeah, looking for trouble. Come on, let's go. And be quiet. If he's got any ideas, let's catch him at it.
That's the baby Jesus. And that's Jesus' mother. And those are the shepherds. An angel told the shepherds about the baby being born. Faye, what's an angel sound like?
I'm sure I don't know, Jane.
I wish I could have been there. Me too. Faye?
Yes?
Sorry I took the dress. I'm sorry I threw the snowballs. Do you suppose God will forgive us?
We all make mistakes.
You didn't make any mistakes tonight.
Faye, we didn't mean to eavesdrop. We're sorry.
We didn't know you were here, too.
This is Faye Tucker, and Freddie and Jane. Faye, these are some of the members of our church youth group.
Hi.
Hi.
Faye, we were just going out to sing Christmas carols. Maybe you'd like to come along with us.
Well, I don't know. Mom doesn't like the kids to stay out too late.
Well, as long as you're here, we could at least sing a carol now. How about it?
All right. How about Away in the Manger?
You know something? Now I feel like singing.
That's funny. So do I.
How do you stay true to your purpose? I mean, doesn't the Bible say that the devil, our adversary, prowls about like a roaring lion?
He does. You're seeing evidence of that right now, Jack.
But we've got armor, Jack. Strong armor. Powerful armor.
I think I know the kind of armor you're talking about. It's the same kind that I use on the force.
The armor of God. The epistle of Paul the Apostle to the Ephesians. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand up against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of the world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with the truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God.
Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints, and for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am ambassador in bonds, that there I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Is that everything? Is that enough to stand your ground?
I wish it were.
We're nothing without God's law to guide us, Jack, and of course His word, which is our strength and protector.
By God's law, you're of course referring to?
Let's look at God's law, Jack, from a point of view that you might not have considered before. Computer, cue four-star playhouse the answer. Begin play.
You bum cheat to pay to you. That's the last time you're going to trick me out of the drink.
Now listen to me, my good man.
I'm no you good man.
True, tonight you are not my good man. You are an uncouth lout, a miserable boor, and without question, the roughest bartender in the neighborhood.
Go on and shut up your face.
Deny me the right to imbibe, if you must, but my inalienable right to speak, never.
Deacon, I'm telling you just one more times. Keep out of my place and leave my customers alone, or I'm a break your neck.
All right, Rocco, but rest assured, my congressman will hear of this outrage.
Bartolomeo? No, it's not possible.
It's me, Uncle Rock.
Oh, Bartolomeo. Why you no answer my letters? No even one penny postal card for your Uncle Rocco.
No excuses, Uncle Rock.
No, my. It's enough for me, you hear? Hey, come inside, Bartolomeo. Come in. Hey, everybody, turn your face. And now maybe you're going to believe Rocco, eh? I want for you to meet my famous nephew from Hollywood in California. This is what's your famous name?
Bart Thomas.
Bart Thomas. Hi, Bart.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
I'm going to get for you bottle vino, the best.
From California, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, isn't San Diego in California? Yeah, that's what I thought, and I've been there. I knew a guy out there one time named Kinkady. Ever run across a guy named Kinkady?
I'm afraid not. Do you ever know a guy named Smith?
Hey, here she is, Bartolomeo. The wine you and me, we make.
You still have a bottle left.
I save it just for you. Salute. Salute.
Say, Uncle Rock, set the boys up with whatever they're drinking. On me, of course, huh?
Sure. Hey, what's this?
For the beer.
What's the matter? You crazy or something? You're not going to spend 1 cent on my place. Rocco, he's going to bunch you for everything.
That's very nice, Uncle Rocco.
That's my pleasure. With the compliments of my famous nephew from Hollywood in California.
Thanks, Mac.
Well, drink hearty, man. Say, Uncle Rock. Go ahead.
Bartolomeo, why is it after all of these years you now come home? Not because you lonesome for your Uncle Rocco. You must have a special reason, eh?
Yes.
You're going to tell your Uncle Rocco, eh?
I don't know if I can put it in so many words. I don't know if you'd understand.
You try me.
All right. I've come home to try to find something.
What?
To find myself. To find me. Bartolomeo Tomaselli.
You was right. I know, understand.
I don't blame you.
Okay. You start over. You explain me one more time, huh?
All right, I'll try.
Go ahead.
Uncle Rocco, have you ever felt like you've come to the end? Felt completely finished, burned out? Like you couldn't ring up another sale or even pour another glass of wine?
No. You try me again, eh?
All right. You ever see any of my pictures?
Monsieur, I see all of your page.
You like the pictures I write?
Monsieur, they're wonderful page.
Why, Rocco? Why do you like them?
Well, all the time, in your pitch, I never have to worry. Because all the time, your pitches end up are so nice.
Thanks, Rock. You're very kind. I'm glad I came home.
But, Bartolomeo, you can go around with a longer face. You got to pick up your chin and push out some smile.
Hey, Rocco, draw me another beer.
Hold your horse. Now I'm going to forget what I was going to say. It wasn't no import.
What a shape on that destroyer.
The world should be in such a shape. Hey, Bartolomeo, I forgot to ask. You married?
No?
That's so good. I've got just the perfect recipe for to cheer you up.
Please, Uncle Rocco.
Shut up your face and leave it to me. Uncle Rocco, he knows what's best. Get yourself over here. Hey, Dolores. Hey, you like for me to give you an introduce to my famous nephew from Hollywood in California?
Did you say Hollywood?
That's right. Dolores, I want for you to have the pleasure of meeting my nephew, Bart Thomas.
Bart Thomas?
You never hear from Bart Thomas? Bart Thomas, the big writer?
Oh. Do you know any of the stars?
Some.
I'm an actress, too, you know.
Actress. She's in the line at Clancy's joint in the village.
I do a specialty, too, you know.
I'm so sorry, Sarah Bernhardt.
Ah, shut up.
You do a specialty?
Yeah, would you like to see it?
Oh, I don't believe that's necessary.
Hey, he's a die for to see your specialty. Go on, Dolores.
Okay. Well, this is the way it is, see. I got on one of those short little skimpy costumes, you know, the kind with a lot of tassels on it. And they hit me in the eye with a blue and white spotlight. And all the girls move way, way back. Back, 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 back. And... Da-da-da-da-da-da. 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 Goody-woody-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Now dig this. This is the Egyptian motif. Da-da-da-da-da-da. 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 Goody-woody-doo-doo-doo.
Hey, Dolores, what about the old one?
Yeah, sure.
That's the one. Yeah.
Goody-woody-doo-doo-doo. You.
Hey, Dolores, one more.
Come on.
Thanks. Did you really like it, Bob?
Very much.
You think I'm good enough for pictures?
After all that work, you must be thirsty. Let me buy you a drink. What'll it be?
Champagne cocktail.
He's a buy, but I'm a pay. You drink beer.
Okay. Hey, it's almost closing time. Would you like to come up to my place for a little snack?
Maybe you would be a perfect recipe for a cheer up.
Huh?
I said, what would your folks think if you brought a stranger home at this hour?
Oh, I live alone.
Oh. Say, Rocco, while you're at it, set the boys up with a round on me.
On you, eh? You keep on spending money, I'm gonna go broke. Set 'em up.
Here's to Hollywood.
Scuddy-wuddy-do-do-do. Bottoms up, everybody. There's plenty more where this came from.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, here we go.
Hey. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny.
Hey, look.
He's in again.
A lovely rendition, gentlemen, a lovely rendition.
El Baco.
Please, Uncle Rocco. I want to talk to the gentleman.
That's no gentleman. That's the deacon, and you're going to talk. I'm a try this to fake out before he's a tricky you also.
Now, Uncle Rocco, take it easy. He won't trick me.
That's what do you think?
That's what I know.
Okay, it's your funeral, but watch out for his tricks.
All right, I'll watch out. Come on in, Fred.
Thank you.
You are indeed a jolly good fellow. All right, Deacon. What's the trick? Show me your gimmick.
Well, there's no gimmick. This is strictly a legitimate proposition.
Here we go again.
Allow me to explain the rules. These books are your books of reference, the Encyclopedia of Knowledge.
So I see. And what's this?
This is a manuscript containing a play which will one day be acclaimed as the greatest dramatic work of all time.
This is the manuscript of a play. A manuscript that contains absolutely nothing.
Then you're a writer?
Despite the opinion of these jeering jackasses, I am.
What do you write? Letters to your mama? That bum ain't no writer.
Hey, Deacon, if you're such a hot-shot writer, show us something you wrote.
Yeah. Show us what you got in that old notebook, Deacon. Come on.
Unveil a play of such scope and magnitude that it is destined one day to alter the whole course of human events. Unveil this play for the first time in front of a bunch of howling heretics like you? Never.
Oh, please, Deacon, don't go off in a huff. The boys were only fooling, weren't you, fellas?
Yeah, sure. Can't you take
come
a
on,
joke?
Joe.
Come on.
Here, what's the matter?
What's going on? Hi, Joe, just in time.
Oh, look
hello,
who's here.
Joe. Come on in. The deacon's working again.
Ah, the deacon.
Well, you gonna show me your gimmick?
Honey, why do you waste your time on this phony?
Oh, now, wait a minute, Dolores. How about it, Deacon?
I repeat, your books of reference, the Encyclopedia of Knowledge. Now, 2 bits a question, or 3 at the cut rate price of half a buck. Ask me anything in the world, anything from A to XPO.
I'm afraid I don't follow you.
Watch yourself, Bartolomeo.
Allow me to simplify. These volumes contain the accumulated knowledge of our civilization, listed alphabetically from A to Z. You, therefore, will be able to check the accuracy of any statements I may make. You follow me so far?
I'm with you.
Now, for 25 cents a question, or 3 for 50 cents, I am prepared to give you the answer to any question you may ask me on any subject whatsoever. That is, from A to XPO.
From A to XPO?
My dear fellow, it will be at least 2 years before I know the answers to everything from A to Z.
Impossible.
Try me.
That's the trick. That's how he's beat everybody out of the drink.
Despite the fact that Rocco finds it impossible to comprehend such a prodigious feat of intellect, it is in fact true. I do know everything. That is, from
A to XPO.
Yeah, exactly.
Brother, this I've got to see.
The deacon's got another sucker on the hook.
Ask him something, Dolores.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Well, what'll I ask him?
What difference does it make? You heard the man. He knows everything.
Who's the 13th president of the United States?
Rudimentary, my dear girl, rudimentary. President, P for president. Look it up, sir. 13th president, Millard Fillmore. Born Summerhill, New York, January the 7th, 1800. Died Buffalo, New York, March the 8th, 1874. Term began 1853.
13, here it is. Millard Fillmore, Whig, Summerhill, 1853. Absolutely correct.
Naturally.
Oh, no, Uncle Rocco. He's no trick of me. Bah.
That'll be 2 bits, if you don't mind.
Not so fast, Deacon. Sailor, ask him a question.
Oh, yeah, let me see. How many miles to Mars?
Ah, tricky question. Very tricky question.
It is? Why?
Because the distance between Mars and the Earth is constantly changing with every fraction of a second. This is due to the exceptional eccentricity of the orbit, 0.0933 to be exact.
Save the talk. Give the answer.
Mars, M. Distance at or near opposition, 35 million miles, 63 million miles.
Absolutely correct to the last digit.
Might as well keep going. 3 for 50, you know.
Hey, I got one.
Shoot.
Shove off, sailor.
Yeah.
Who won the batting crown in the National League in 1951?
Yeah.
Baseball? Oh, that's a shame to take the money. Stan the Man Musial won the batting crown for the National League in 1951 for the 5th time in his career. The other times were 43, 46, 48, and 50. A mark of 355.
Well?
He's right. You can't beat him. I still think it's a trick.
A stoup of mead or a posset of burnt sack, maybe? Bartender? A triple muscatel, if you please, my good man.
That's the last time I'm going to tell you. I'm no you good man. You see, Bartolomeo, is something a fish.
No, Uncle Rocco, nothing is a fish. Get a glass, please.
Why don't you quit kidding with him?
I'm not kidding.
And not this. This is too good for the deacon.
Oh, please, Uncle Rock, just this once.
You see, I tell you, he's going to trick you.
That's just it, Uncle Rock. He hasn't tricked me. The deacon here has displayed a truly prodigious feat of intellect.
This time, Bartolomeo, I'm taking your money.
Ambrosia, nectar of the gods. My beloved benefactor, to you. To you, one and all. There you go.
Deacon.
Adieu, fair friends, adieu.
Deacon.
Yes?
You're a character, and I like characters. So you have this one on me, huh?
Jackpot tonight, eh, my good friend?
And I'm also know you good friend.
To paraphrase the immortal bard, the grape's the thing. My beloved benefactor, I thank you.
Forget it.
I really would like to repay you for all this, but unfortunately I have nothing to give. Except perhaps a question.
That won't be necessary.
No, please, I insist. Anything that tickles your fancy. It's on the house.
Well, as a matter of fact, any question?
As I said before, my dear fellow, anything that tickles your fancy.
Well, there is one question. And if you answer it, I'll buy you all you can drink.
All I can drink?
Bartholomew, you crazy?
Perhaps. Is it a deal, Deacon?
One question?
One question.
It's a deal. Power when ready.
All right, I want the truth, nothing but the truth. Exactly what is this epic world-shaking play of yours all about?
Bravo, Bartholomew mio. I will love you.
At last, somebody got old Deacon over the griddle.
Well, Deacon, let's have it.
All right, come on, Deacon. Put up or shut up.
He'll never answer this one.
He must answer.
Well, Deacon?
You know, Bart, judges, bartenders, cops, social workers, and fellow, shall I say, intellectuals have all tried to pry out of me the story of this play, but have I told them? Never. However, you, my beloved benefactor, you I shall tell.
Bravo!
Wait. You are the chosen ones. You will be the first to hear The Answer, a play in 3 acts by Chatsworth Clark Morgan.
Chatsworth Clark Morgan?
Quiet, please. The time, the present. The place, the United Nations building. We are in the laboratory of Professor Schweinstein. Schweinstein, get it? Twice as smart as Einstein.
Oh, Deacon, really?
Not that old. The laboratory is a rather antiseptic-looking room, constructed on various levels. Up here, upstage, is a large clock. The time, exactly 8 p.m. Immediately beneath the clock sits the announcer. He's flanked on either side by television cameras and microphones. And here, on the next level, immediately in front of him, is a group of elderly, rather scholarly-looking men. And here, center stage and dominating everything, is the machine. With its subhuman shape and ever-changing and pulsating lights, it looks for all the world like some strange creature from outer space. Actually, it is the final achievement in the electronic field. It is the electronic calculator brain. Now the announcer speaks. War has been declared. The 2 mightiest nations on earth are poised to strike, poised to write the final chapter in the long and bloody history of man's inhumanity to man, poised to write goodbye forever to all civilization and to all mankind. As you all know, a shaky 24-hour truce has been arranged through the efforts of the United Nations. Of these 24 hours, less than 4 remain. 4 fleeting hours which will determine the fate of every man, woman, and child on this earth. Seated before me now are the greatest scientists and scholars of our day. At a cost of 20 precious hours, these men have been flown here from all the 4 corners of the earth. For without their wisdom, we could not even hope to find a solution. And here at last comes Professor Schweinstein himself, giant of the scientific field and humble humanitarian. Then the professor enters here, stage left. He's slightly bent, has a kind face and a gentle voice and a gentle manner. Slowly he walks back up the levels towards the announcer, who goes on speaking. And the announcer says, "Upon the shoulders of this man rests the last hope of a terrified world, for only he can find the answer to the problem which has plagued mankind from his very beginnings. Only he can find the answer that will bring world peace. If he should fail, then we shall all perish before the dawn of another day. Professor, the hopes and prayers of all peoples everywhere are centered upon you. Good luck, and God be with you." Then the professor walks slowly down the level. When he comes to the group of scholars, he looks over his shoulder at the clock and says, "Gentlemen, I will be brief. As you well know, for For some time, I've held the theory that there is no problem, however complex, that cannot be solved by mathematical formula. You see before you the electronic calculator brain. Without this instrument, our task would be completely hopeless. For not only can this machine calculate at a fantastic speed, but also it can think. Think and reason far more intelligently than we can, but also without human frailty and without human emotion. However, before it can think and reason, it must have the necessary knowledge with which to do so. We, therefore, must arm the brain with the wisdom of the centuries. Each of you in turn will step up to the machine and impart your own wisdom as clearly and as concisely as possible. As you are all the leaders in your own particular field, this will represent the concentrated knowledge of our entire civilization. I don't have to remind you that the clock is ticking on inexorably. You may speak in your own tongue because the calculator brain reduces all languages to a common denominator of mathematical symbols. If, and I repeat if, there should be an answer, this light here will go on. Immediately the autotype will go into action and the written answer will come out here. You know, this is exactly the spot where I got stuck in this play 15 years ago.
Stuck?
Deacon,
Relax, gentlemen. The storyline is complete. It has been for several years.
Tell me, Deacon, what was your problem?
Problem? Very simple, but almost insurmountable. I realized that if I was to speak for these mental giants that I had accumulated upon my stage, I would have to learn everything. Everything in the world from A to Z.
Oh, then that explains all this business of 8XPO.
Exactly. And as I've worked, I've added to my play.
Remarkable. 15 years of hard work. Net result, one almost completed play, no money, no recognition, and apparently no regrets.
None whatever.
Talk. I want to know, the machine, she's to push out the answer, yes or no?
For crying out loud, Deacon, finish the story, will you?
All right, where was I?
The professor. He was telling the boys to come up to the machine. Yeah, and if there was an answer, the machine would light up or something, remember?
Yeah, that's the way it went. Yeah, I remember. Then, under the guidance of Professor Schweinstein, they start the education of the electronic brain. The first man called upon is the geologist, and he tells all about the physical properties of this little planet of ours, this dark star upon which we live. When he's finished, the professor orders the machine absorb factor 1. Then the machine seems to come alive. Its pulse quickens, and with a strange noise, like a million mice scrabbling over a sea of tissue paper. Factor 1, geology, is absorbed. After that, the machine lapses back into its somnambulistic state. Then all the others in quick succession, the economist, the historian, the philosophers, and the scientists, all impart their knowledge to the machine until, with but 3 minutes left before the fateful hour of midnight, the electronic brain is in a position to absorb all the concentrated knowledge of our civilization. Then there is a hush as the professor prepares to give his final instructions. Absorb and correlate all factors. Again, that strange noise as the machine obeys. The tension mounts. And then the professor says, prepare for final question. Let X be the answer for world peace. Solve for X. Then the electronic tubes glisten and gleam, and the whole machine throbs and pulsates in a Herculean effort. Only 2 minutes left. Will there be an answer? Is the world doomed, or will we all be saved? And then with 1 minute more, a cry from the professor. A light! A light! There is an answer! An answer for eternal world peace! One. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. 2. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. 3. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
Remember the Sabbath, to keep it holy.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not steal.
There's one more. Thou shalt not kill.
But that's just the same old 10 Commandments.
Same old 10 Commandments.
Oh, Deacon, where are you going?
Nowhere special. Maybe I'll go down by the river for a few minutes and think a while.
I'll walk with you.
God's our Father, Jack. He loves us. We're his children. But like any father with children, we need to be guided with stern rules. How loving would a father be if he didn't give us rules to live by? Not very loving at all. So God gave us a supreme set of rules.
Thou shalt not covet.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not kill.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Then our Lord added, Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Or love thy neighbor as thyself.
The golden rule. If only everyone held it in so much esteem as they do the value of wealth, this world would be in much better shape this Christmas season.
He's here.
Where? I don't see nothing.
He's here.
Orville, what have I told you about going outside without your coat on? You get upstairs this instant and put on something warm before you catch your death.
Lee, get out from there. That's not Orville.
What? Baronson.
Lee!
Orville, but I thought...
Why, you! If you've done anything to her, I'll...
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Whatever it is ain't gonna be good. What on earth is that racket?